Mello, what it do? Miss Christie, how you doing? Carolina Slabs, what it do? Yeah, I'm just messing around here. Mickey Wilson, what's going on? Whoo, Bubba, what it do? What it do? Mello, man, my birthday weekend was great, man. Great. Did a little fishing, a little partying. I could not complain. Richard Randall, what's going on? Black Rain, T, VHF. Man, how are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? Man. Yeah, look, Miss Christie, I'm recovering. I'm slow motion. Man, I had a great birthday, Bubba. I had a great birthday, man. Devon 225, what it do? Andrew, what's going on? Now, how y'all doing, man? Woo. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed my birthday weekend, y'all. Yeah, I am still recovering a little bit. Oh, you called 11 today, Black Rain, but it was windy. Yeah, I'm going out this weekend also. Looks like we're gonna have a little wind too. But I went out Saturday. I wish I would have had my camera. I didn't have my camera. Um, man, them full moons, man. I'm gonna tell you, I never believe. I'm gonna tell y'all something about the full moons. So, Bryce Payne, what's going on? So I always hear people say, man, it's rough night, it's rough days on the lake when it's a full moon. And I'm like, no, and I never believed. I'm like, man, forget the full moon, man. I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna fish. Blah 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 blah. But for some reason, man, when I fished that morning off a full moon, I didn't catch as many fish. They were like, well, they feed at night because the full moon. Same thing with hunting. If you deer hunt, man, the deer walk all night and eat, so you ain't gonna see them during the daytime. So I let that get in my head. So I don't know. What up, Kenny? Bo been out of commission, honey, man. What's going on, Fanny? Okay. So you be right back. Okay. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah. I believe it, Devon. He said I like the new moon. Okay, Black Rain like the new moon. Yeah. So the question is, do y'all think the moon phases do that play a part in the crappie bite? I want to hear what y'all think about it. I love to hear y'all opinion on, do y'all think that the moon play a part in the crappie bite? Like I said, I never believed in it, and then I started having slower days on it, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it does play a part. See, Black Rain said no, it don't. Devon 225 said it do. Zeno Crooks, what you need some info on, brother? He said, please give me some info. What you need some info on, brother? Trying to find. I got so many bucktails. I want to tie this jig, but I can't find the right color I'm looking for. So I never did good when I went out on a full moon. Bubba said he thinks so. Rich Runner said, I think it makes them feed in the later part of the day. Black Rain said barometric pressure affect them. I definitely believe that. Zeno Crook said the moon feeding. So I see most people saying that. Okay. Well, I've never believed in it, but lately when I fished on full moons, my bite has definitely been slower than usual. So I will say that. But once again, my fishing skill is not as good as yours. Now I would say this. I think I have pretty good fishing skills, but I also um I studied the lakes that I do fish at. I don't fish 10 lakes. I fish about 4 or 5 lakes, and I've studied them over the years. So I think that's why I'm more successful than the normal person on the lakes, just because I stick to the 4 or 5 lakes that I fish, and I study them year round. Like I fish, like this year was my favorite lake. I fished it all 4 seasons in the last year and this year. Then, I go to Somerville. I fish there for a full year. I go to Lake Houston fishing for a full year. Conroe fishing for a full year. So I can know every. I think that's one of the most important things about crappie fishing. Pick a lake, fish it all 4 seasons. Fish it in the winter, fish it in the summer, fish it in the spring, fish it in the fall. That's how you'll know. Okay, well the fish they bite different. They want different things. They might migrate to this area of the lake. I know my favorite lake. I figured out that in the summertime they really do like minnows. They really do. Right now in the fall time, they really like jigs. Springtime, it really don't matter what you throw at them. The wintertime, they like jigs. Like fall and winter at my favorite lake is about the same. They like jigs. The color might change, but they like jigs. For the last 3 years, the fall and winter, I've been fishing one color at this lake. And I don't want to jinx myself, but this one color has been on fire, and it's black and pink. I switched the color of jig heads. Like last week, I fished with this color jig head, purple with pink eyes. That was this past Saturday. Last year, I fished with a shark head, black body, pink tail. But Saturday, I fished with this head with a black body and pink tail. But the main color is black and pink for the last couple of years for the fall and the winter time. So those are the things I'm talking about. Like if you study those crappie, figure it out. Okay, well they might like this color. Not saying that when I go this weekend, they might want orange and blue, But by me studying the lake, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna want black and pink. They've been wanting for the last couple of years. I went there last Saturday, they wanted black and pink. But one thing I always say, and I definitely believe, never have your mind locked on a certain color or a certain whatever. When you crappie fish, you still got to have an open mind. Another thing, so when me and my boy Ralph and Blue, what was like 2-3 weeks ago, we put out like 8-9 brush piles. I fished some of those piles. Those piles have fish on them, 2 or 3 weeks. That goes back to, I know this is a highly populated area that I caught fish from. I know it's not a lot of structure here, but I know it's a rock bottom or it's a drop off. I know I've caught crappie here. It's not a lot of structure. Let me put some structure around this area. And now, 2 or 3 weeks later, it's loaded with big crappie, black crappie and white crappie. They loaded in those brush piles. So that's another thing. When you study lakes, study some areas of that lake. Try to get to, even like me, I like to go to dead areas now because I figured it out. From last Christmas, after Christmas, I got some old Christmas trees that people threw out, and I put them in a dead area of the lake that nobody fished. Nobody fished this area. I put some Christmas trees out there. It literally took about 5 or 6 months, but now it's always fish there. So what I figured, and I could be wrong, but what I figured was, okay, it took so long because this was not a highly populated area with crappie. When I put it out right at the end of December, there was no fish there. January, there was no fish there. February, there wasn't no fish there. March, there wasn't no fish there. April and May, fish started coming in it. So what I put together was maybe when the crappie was going to spawn, because if y'all know me, I love to put my brush piles close to the bank, but in deep water, 10 to 15 feet of water, but close to the bank. If I can go within 50 yards of a bank, 25 yards of a bank, find 10 to 15 feet of water, that's where I'm dropping my brush piles. So what those crappie are doing, they're going to hit those brush piles first before they go to the bank and spawn. Then after they spawn, they're coming right back to that first structure they see, and those are my brush piles. So it took, from December to April and May to get crappie on it, but now they're on it in the summertime. They're on it right now in the fall. So we know when they're going to come by, they're going to be there. Then we're going to switch back over to spring. They're going to shoot off those brush piles, go back to the bank, do their thing, and come right back again. It's going to be even more this time back on the brush piles. So that's my reasoning for putting brush piles close to the bank, but still between 10 and 15 feet of water. Fannin said, I found that they feed later in the day on a full moon. Terry Boston, my brother, what it do? 405 is in the house. What's going on, Terry Boston? Yes, in the summertime, they prefer minnows more. I definitely believe that. Can I buy some of your jigs? Zeno Crooks. All you got to do is email me, brother. I got you. I got you. Email me KENNIE, the number 892 at gmail.com. If you can't remember it, go to some of my videos, click on the description, and my email is in the description. Marcus Wells, what's going on, everyone? Stay blessed. What's going on, Marcus Wells? Metro Rod, what's going on? Black Ryan said the lakes in Florida are shallow. We troll or jig in the pads. Okay, the lily pads. Okay. Try put some structure out there and just see if it's one of those lakes where you can't put structure out. Try putting structure out there and see what happens. And just see what happens. Like I said, 2-3 weeks ago, we sat there for the first 3 hours and cut down trees and put out brush piles. They already loaded. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's the thing about it. That would took me a long time to do. I used to once my boat touched that water, it comes off the trailer and it touched that water, I'm ready to go fishing. I don't want nothing. I don't want to do nothing but fish. But it took me a while to be like, okay, you can go and spend 2 to 3 hours or an hour, cut a couple brush piles down, place them out there, just sink them out there and leave them alone. Then you can enjoy the rest of your day and fish. Or you can just go fish, fish, fish. Instead of fishing the same areas, you might scan and find a new area, but you only have, let's just say, you got 6 areas on the lake that you fish all the time. There's going to be a high chance one of those days that they're not going to be biting. Or somebody might be on that area already. But when you're putting out, let's just say every time you go, you put out 2 brush piles. So you go for a month every weekend. 4 weeks, 5 weeks. You put out 2 brush piles every time. 2 brush piles literally take 30 minutes to do. You put out 2 brush piles. By the end of a month, you got 8 to 10 brush piles out there. So that's on top of your 6 you already got. That means you got 16 spots. And then let's just say 2 or 3 months later, you go put another 4 or 5 brush piles out. Then you know you got 16, 17. After about 6 months, you might have 20 to 25 brush piles out there. Compared to never taking the time out to put brush piles out there. And then like, I'm just going to fish these same areas. Like I know people, I see people on the lake all the time. I'm like, oh, I know what area he's going to be at. He goes to the same area every time. Don't fish no other area. Then at the end of the day, like, how many you got? Oh, I got 10. And I'm looking at them like, oh, okay. And I got a limit in my live well. Another thing is what we have to do, y'all. We have to stop sitting on a spot so long. I understand that. That was another thing I had to learn. If I pull up to a spot and I catch 4 or 5, boom, 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 and let's say 10 minutes I catch 4 or 5 slabs, then 10 minutes go by and I am not getting the bite. 15 minutes go by, I might get one more bite, boom. 30 minutes go by, I might get one more bite, boom. That's a whole hour we done killed and we got 5 or 6 fish, but we got 8 more spots to fish. So if you pull up to a spot, the fishing slow down. 2 things I can say: change your color or change your size. That's when, if you're jigging, change your color of your jig to see where you get a bite. Change the size of your jigs. Me, I'm literally a 1/16 guy year round. I also fish 1/8 on windy days. Now, if it's a windy day, I will drop a 1/8. Or if I don't have a 1/8 in that color, I'll drop a 1/16 with a lead shot. But I really don't like fishing with the lead shot because I don't have the same feel, like I love to feel my jig when I drop it. I know a 1/16, I can feel it. I know exactly how it's supposed to feel when it drops, when it straightens out and be vertical jig. But with the lead shot, it kind of throws it off. That's why you don't really see me double rig. I do a double rig every blue moon, but I'm just a single jig, vertical jigging guy. That's what I love to do. Devon225 said, can I know you're broken a lot of B&M poles, but all of my 10-foot B&M poles have done me good. Even the West Point rod, which is one of their cheaper rods. Devon225. I told you, I used to go to war for the B&M ultralights, but like I said, I'm tough on my equipment. I'm tough on my fishing equipment. I'm tough on it. Like I said, sometimes I might step on it, might drop it, might get caught on the trolling motor. I'll be pulling up to the dock ready to tie my boat off, and the rod might be hanging off the side, and it hit the dock and break. Like, I'm tough on them. So if you're tough on B&Ms, good luck. But if you're not tough on your equipment, they will last. Like I said, I still tell everybody, every time, all day, every day. Out of all the rods I've had and the rods that I have, that B&M Ultralight was the most sensitive rod I ever had. Like a little small thumps feel like a boulder hit it. Like you can feel everything, especially when you're fishing with braid. You feel everything with that ultralight, but I just broke too many of them, so I had to retire them. Texas Crappie Assassin, what's going on, man? What's going on, brother? Black Ranger, how deep y'all like? So now I would say this. I'm a big fan of lakes that really don't get deeper than 20 feet. I don't like fishing deep lakes. Like my favorite lake, probably the deepest I would fish out there is maybe like 14 feet at the max. Other than that, I mean, they have deep areas like 25, 30 feet, but the areas I fish, no deeper than 14 feet. At Lake Houston, I'm not going to fish no deeper than 14 feet. Lake Somerville, sometimes you might have to get down to about 20, but I'll probably say 65, 70% of the time between 10 and 14. Like most of all the lakes I fish, I'm fishing between 10 and 14 year round. I don't like fishing deep lakes. I don't want to go somewhere and pull up like, oh, I got to go 25 feet down. I'd rather not even fish those lakes. I like the lakes where I can catch fish year round between 10 and 15 feet, 10 or 14 feet, somewhere around there. I mean, all the lakes I fished are pretty deep. They have deep areas, but I concentrate on the areas that are not that deep. And it's crappie there. I mean, don't let nobody tell you that in the summertime when it's 100 degrees outside that you have to fish 30 feet deep. If you see my video a couple months ago, it was 100, I think it was 103 that day, and I was caught me a limit in 6 feet of water. The crappie was sitting, I mean, and y'all seen it, because on the picture of my thumbnail on that video, you seen me a picture of my Helix 7 that I have on my trolling motor. You seen how many crappie was there on 2D and down imaging. Like, it was just crappie everywhere. Middle of the summer in outside of Houston, Texas. Like 103 degrees regular temperature, not real field. Regular temperature, not even with the heat index, probably about 110, 115. And crappie sitting in 6 feet of water in the middle of the summer. So never let nobody tell y'all like, hey, you gotta go and fish. It's the fall time. Go fish deep water. Or summertime, go fish deep water. That's not always true. You gotta keep, one thing if you don't remember anything else I would say, you have to keep an open mind when you crappie fish. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to me this weekend. I had a guy that cool cat, man, young guy, man, that loves crappie fishing. He was telling me about another lake, and he was just like, man, you need to check this lake out. I didn't have an open mind, and I went to that lake with not having an open mind, and I didn't do well. But I didn't have an open mind in either. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go here and do this. I'm gonna use this color. I'm gonna make them bite this color. Blah 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 blah. I caught crappie. I did catch crappie, but not like I wanted to. You know, I caught probably about 8 or 9. They wasn't the size I wanted. You know, a couple of them were throwbacks, but I wasn't. I was just like, but I didn't have an open mind. I wanted to fish with this certain color jig. I didn't want to fish this deep. I wanted to fish just right, and that's not how it works. I don't care. Just like my favorite lake. I almost know my favorite lake with my eyes closed, go to these spots. I know what they want, know what color they want. But I always go there with an open mind because there's been plenty of times where they've hit black and pink for 3 weeks straight. I go on their 4th week, they won't touch a black and pink. I've been catching them at 10 feet. Now they won't bite at 10 feet. I'm got to drop down to 14 feet, and I got to go to a black and sharp. Or I got to go to an all gray. Whenever you crappie fishing, I don't care how much experience you have on that lake, I always keep an open mind. You have to keep an open mind. Bryce Payne said 10 to 15 feet on the lakes I fish in Arkansas. That's the same way I am, Bryce Payne. You just like me. You just like, I don't like to fish no deeper than 15. I like that 10 to 15 is the perfect depth. I love to fish for crappie. Shark and Rice said, do you use what they call a fast snap? So, let me tell you about that. And this is just my experience with them. Yes, I have used fast snaps. I don't get as many bites. Believe it or not, I don't. I used to use fast snaps because I run through different colors. Boom, 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 boom. But I did an experiment. See, that's what I love to do. That's why I always say, if you don't learn something every time you go fishing, you're not doing something right. So what I learned was, and it's just for me, I can't speak. Somebody else might have you a whole nother story and say, well, it did work for them. For me, it didn't work. So what I did, I put two of the same color jigs, and I put one on a straight braid line, and I put one on a fast snap. And it was like 5 to 1. I was catching more on the one with no fast snap on it. So I stopped using the fast snap. But I have used them before. It's a great tool to have when you're changing colors. Because you ain't got to cut the line and then retie. All you got to do is boop, snap it off, boop, slap another one on, and get back to fishing. It's a great tool to have, but I just didn't have any luck with it. And I might, use it this weekend and have great luck with it. But the only time I bought some and I used them, I didn't have good luck with it, and I never used them again. Even SK still uses his Bucks ultralight pole, and he has a mean hook set. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, when it comes to sensitivity, I don't think you will beat the B&M Bucks Best ultralight. Don't think you will beat it. But I have broke. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've probably broke about. I would roughly say about 12 or 13 B&M ultralight rods, Bucks Best ultralight. I probably broke about 12 or 13 of them over about a year's time. I broke about 12 or 13. I ended up going to an academy one day. They opened up a new academy in Sugar Land like a year or two ago. And I was at work and I stopped by there. They had the ultralights on sale. They was just like, I think they were like $11. And they had like 6 of them. I bought all 6 of them. And you won't believe how quick I ran through them. Like they was breaking. If the tip ain't breaking, then the base breaking. And I had to give up on them. But like I say, it's the most sensitive rod I've ever had in my life though. James Shield, what's going on? Larry Wright, what's going on, brother? I sure appreciate it. Texas Crappie Assassin, I've caught them 3 feet of water with the temperature at 93. Exactly, 3 to 5 feet of water. Exactly, Texas Crappie Assassin. That's a fact. That's why I love to tell people, don't never get your mind stuck on, man, I remember last week we wore them out right here. We finna go back, because I've said that so many times. I'm like, man, last week, man, I caught a limit in 2 hours on one brush pile. I'm going back next Saturday and I'm gonna do this. And I get the next Saturday, I might catch 2. And then I'm scratching my head like, so that was my game plan. Let me switch my game plan up. But if you go with an open mind, if that ain't working, you already know, okay, now I need to go and move and go somewhere else. So that is a fact. That is a fact. 3 to 5 feet of water, 90, just think about it. How many crappie fishermen you know that will say in the summertime, that will even have it cross their mind, summertime is 93 degrees, I'm going to go catch some crappie in 3 to 5 feet of water. Majority of the crappie fishermen, probably 80-90% probably say, man, I'm not going to touch 3 to 5 feet of water and go catch crappie. I'm going to go in 30 feet of water and catch these crappie. But if you have an open mind, you'll work your way. If I ain't catching them at 30, I go to 20. I ain't catching them at 20, I go to 10, I go to 5. And plus, it's all about also knowing your units, your fish finders, knowing how to read them. Like I said, now if you got live scope, it ain't hard to read it. You know, okay, fish it at 12 feet, drop the jig and see it. But if you have like these hummingbirds or these Lowrance or whatever other fish finder that you have, learn how to read them, learn how to use them, learn everything about those units. And YouTube is the best place to learn. If you want to learn, because I still watch YouTube to this day. I broke a little piece off my trolling motor. Y'all know my trolling motor was brand new. They were like, well, you can send it back. It'll take 3 to 4 weeks to get it back. I'm like, I ain't got 3 or 4 weeks to wait. So it's a little cut piece that goes on the shaft that goes into the control box. It's a little plastic. I see a lot of people have broken it before. If you're going too fast and you hit like a stump or you hit the bottom, it'll crack it. And then so once your trolling motor spins, it'll kind of be loose. Then it'll lock in. And compared to because it's like a little circle, then it has like a little U cut out in it. So that's where your trolling motor drop into and engage, and then it'll spin. And I'm like, man, I don't want to wait that long. So look for the part on eBay, $4. They had I think they had 4 of them. So I ordered all 4 of them, like $4, okay. It was one YouTube video that showed me how to take a unit, trolling motor all the way apart. Now, I'm gonna show you how important YouTube is. So this is a brand I had it maybe a month or two. Paid $2,500 for this trolling motor. I am mechanically inclined though. I grew up around my uncle was a mechanic. My cousins are mechanics right now. So I grew up around mechanics running my family, running my blood. So I know the bare minimum of, at least the bare minimum of mechanic, being mechanically inclined. So I watched this YouTube video, 16-minute video. It took me about an hour to do it. But at the end of the day, YouTube it worked. And it's the same thing with your fish finder. If you don't know everything about fish finder, I promise you if you go to YouTube, you will find something you need. And that goes with anything. Anything you got to do with your boat, any of that, go to YouTube. It shows you what you need to do. Shows you how to read those fish finders. I still watch YouTube now on hummingbird videos just to learn new stuff. I have a iPod link. I've never had an iPod link trolling motor. So I'm always looking at YouTube now, looking at new stuff I can do. Oh, now I can follow the contour lines on my fish finder up front on my trolling motor. I can follow the contour lines on the iPod link and it go by itself, or I can just press a waypoint on my remote, or I can press a waypoint on my fish finder, and the trolling motor automatically goes right to it and spot lock right to it on that waypoint, like stuff like that. I ain't know none of that, you know, because I had a regular old Minn Kota Edge, $300-400, cheaper one you can find, and I didn't know nothing about these electronics when it comes to trolling motors. So yeah, the best thing to do is learn your fish finders. That's the best tool you can have. That's the best tool you can have is a good fish finder. And if you ask my opinion, I'm gonna tell you now, I love Humminbird. I have a Humminbird Helix 10 Gen 2 on my console, and on my trolling motor I have a Humminbird Helix 7 Gen 3. So Texas Crappie Sansa, I smash them on the lake. Hey man, there's no better feeling than going fishing and actually catching them like that. Oh man, it's a beautiful feeling. So hey guys, make sure you go. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. We got 34 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button too. I appreciate it. SK is in the building, y'all. SK is in the building. What's going on, brother? Mike Turner, what's going on? So I've broken my 2 ACC crappie rods and I haven't bought any more since. Devon 225, I'm gonna tell you something. You hear a lot of people, and it's just my opinion. You hear a lot of people hollering about ACC, get your ACC rod, get your ACC rod. I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I had to go get another tip for it, or I had to go get another tip for it, or I had to go get another tip for it, and I'm like, The rods I use, I haven't replaced the tip on them yet. And the 4 rods I use my Thump City crappie rod. Never had to replace nothing on it. I used the 11-foot Jinko Kevin Rogers series rod. Never had to replace nothing on them. And I've had all these rods for over a year. I used my Todd Huckabee Elite 10'6". Never had to replace nothing on that. And I use a Pro Angler, a 10-foot Pro Angler. Never had to replace nothing on that. Never. And y'all, like I said, I'm hard on my stuff. And I've never had to replace anything on it. So I think that speaks volumes for me. That proves a lot to me. If I can have a rod, use it constantly, and have it for over a year, or over a year, then I know it's a good rod because I'm going to put it to the max. I'm going to put it to the max. Cornell Harper, what's going on, brother? Devon said, B&M do give you a 2-year warranty, though. Most others don't give you that option. Now, that's a good thing about B&M. They do. I didn't know that. They give you a 2-year warranty, so I mean, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. If they give you a 2-year warranty, hey, you can't beat it. You definitely can't. Do you think crappie can see braided line? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Black Rain. So check this out, Black Rain. This is the line I probably showed y'all 100 times. But I'm going to show y'all to you again because you asked that question. I've always felt like they do. That's why this is the only line I use, the only color. I've been using it for years, probably 5 or 6 years. I use this Cast King Super Braid low vis. Low vis line is all I use. You know, a lot of people say they got bad eyesight, so they have to use high vis, and I totally understand it. But for me, I use this low vis line. It's like four or five bucks on eBay. Go to eBay, type in Cash King braid line. It'll pop up. Low vis. They got different colors. They got high vis, low vis. They got the multicolor line that changes colors down the line. But I use this. I use this 100% of the time. Low vis, 8-pound braid. That's what I use. Only fishing line I use. Only fishing line I use is low vis because my personal preference is low vis line because I feel like crappie can see the line. That's just my opinion on it. Emmanuel Cedric, what's going on, brother? The Quint Coswell said they don't seem to give the same sensitivity using fast snaps. Oh, that's another good one. That's another good one. Like I said, I didn't have good luck on fast snaps, so that one day I did use them. I retired them right then. They somewhere in the back of the closet somewhere, but I retired my fast snaps just because after I did that little competition with a straight braid or fast snap with the braid, it was like I said like 5-1. So Zeno Crooks AC is one of the best well-built crappie rods. And that could be true, Zeno Crooks. Like I said, that's one thing about what I love about crappie fishing. It's all about personal preference. That's why I love crappie fishing. Somebody else can come to my favorite lake and be like, man, this lake is horrible. These crappie are crap. I don't like it. It's a crappy lake. I don't like it. Blah, 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 blah. I can go to that lake and be like, man, I love this lake. This is my favorite lake. I won't want to go to no other lake but this lake. Just like with a rod. Somebody can have this one rod and be like, man, I love this rod. It's the best rod. I love its sensitivity. Got backbone. This is all I need. And somebody else can get that same rod and be like, man, I can't stand this rod. I won't buy another one. I want my money back. I go get this rod away. Same thing with the fishing line. Somebody can buy this fishing line and be like, man, this is some garbage fishing line. I see why it's $4 or $5. I see why it's trash. I never buy no more. I'm going to switch to whatever fishing line. It's all about your personal preference. With crappie rod, anything about fishing, it's all about what you feel comfortable with and your personal preference. Okay, see, Devon said they have good customer service. Crappie says that YouTube is great. I love YouTube. I don't know what I would do without YouTube. YouTube done got me out of a lot of binds when I'm trying to mess around with stuff. Man, YouTube is great. Mike Johnson, keen and tired, green and yellow and green. I don't think I have any green. I got a purple right here. I think I'm gonna do some purple. Put this little sharp body with it, and I might do I got like a cotton candy tail, like purple pink tail. I'm gonna try some of those. See, Lewis from the hometown, Jackson, Mississippi. What it do, brother? Zeno, are you from Bolton, man? You right down the street, man. What's going on, Zeno? Okay. He said, Devon said, Ken, I fished out of a canoe and I used the deeper pro sonar fishing finder and loved it. Okay. So I had when I first started fishing down here in Texas, I had my kayak and I had one of them little small I can't even think of the name. It was the little small Garmins, the little small kayak Garmin fish finders. That was the first fish finder I've ever had. That's what I used to use on my kayak. Texas Crappie Assassin said, I've seen a lot of that about ACC also. Man, Mississippi representing the house tonight. Leonard Robbins, what's going on? Mississippi in the building, Moss Point, what it do? Bubba said, I know this ACC sale tip for a reason. There you go. That makes a lot of sense. It definitely makes a lot of sense. SK said B&M Uncle Bucks do good, but they 2-inch on that tip will break after a replacement to the eye. It's a good ride. See, that might be the thing then. Maybe you break the little. I remember you told me that before. You break 2 inches off the tip, add another eye to it, glue an eye on, then you're good to go. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. MC, what's going on? Shotgun Rice, they say, I went and bought a fish hunter. You can throw it from the bank. It works out. Oh, man. Oh, man. Where you buy it from, Shotgun, man? You crazy. So you can throw it from the bank. It works all right. So where do you buy the deeper? Oh, okay. You're talking to Devon. I like Mr. Crappie fishing line myself. I like the way it stretches. So, Devon, that's funny that you said it because I like braid and I like this Chaos King because it has no stretch. I want to feel every single ounce of thump when that crappie hit my line. So I want. That's why I don't like crappie rods with a lot of give in it. I want them a little stiff, but a little flexible, but a little stiff. And I use this braid line because it has no give. And see, that's my personal preference. So, like you said, you like Mr. Crappie line because it gives you a little stretch because that's your personal preference. That's what you feel comfortable with, and you catch more fish with. So, like I said, fishing is all about personal preference and what you feel comfortable with using. Get comfortable with whatever you're using and make it happen, Calvin. Miller said, I'm not going to lie. I've broken 3 of my ACC crappie sticks. If another break, I'm switching over to Thump City. Mello, you should have already been to Thump City. I'm a Thump City guy, man. I'm a Thump City guy. Andrew Van Buren said, I'm in Madison, Kenny. Man, Mississippi showing out. Madison, Mississippi, staying up. Donnell, what to do, Donnell? MC said, I'm out here in California. We finesse fish with long, ultralight rods. I use 2-pound test saltwater line. Check out Izor line and Phoenix rods. Most sensitive rods made in the U.S. Now, I like to do my research, MC, so I'm definitely going to research that. Shout out to California. You use 2-pound test saltwater line, you a bad man. You a bad man. See, I get hung up too much. This 8-pound braid, that's what I need. Because, if I know I'm deep down in it and I'm hung up, I can pull it enough to where the brush pile don't fall over or move, but it gone and break the jig off. But if I'm in there, I can still, if I can work it, I can still work it and get my jig back. So 8-pound is like perfect for me. See, Lewis said, I'm in Madison too. Okay. Sean Conn Rice said he got it at the Academy. Jarvis Eskridge said, I hope you had a great birthday. Man, I had a great birthday, man. I'm finally 100% recovered. Almost. Well, I'm about 90% recovered. But I had a great birthday, man. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed myself last weekend on live, man. Y'all had me lit up in here, man. I was feeling great, though, man. I really appreciate it, y'all. Zeno Crook said, why Thump City always sold out? Because it's a great ride. It's a great ride. I'm going to probably give him a call tomorrow and see when this new shipment is coming in. Because I know a few people been emailing me, asking me when he's going to get more. He's just getting everything back up and running again. I have some of the original Thump Cities that came out about 2-3 years ago. Those haven't broke on me yet, and I've put those to the test and back to the test and back, and they still rolling. So, and then I have the newer models that came out. It just came out also, but I'll give him a call soon. He might jump on live, and we can see. T. Lewis said, Ross Barnett, Pelahatchie Bay. Yes, sir, man. I missed that lake, man. I wish I had a boat. I wish I had my boat back there in Mississippi, man. I would love to fish Ross Barnett now. I fish so much with Ross Barnett on the bank. I think I done walked every ounce of the bank on Ross Barnett and fish as a kid. Zeno Crook said, I know why, but I can't get my order in. Okay. Black Rain said, braided line put pressure on the rod. They send their hooks too hard. Braided line put pressure on the rod. They send their hooks too hard. Look, Black Rain, y'all know everybody always tell me like, man, your hook set is crazy. I'm gonna tell you that braid line. I'm gonna put a hook set on them. Even if I miss them, they ain't gonna be able to eat for about a week because they're gonna have a sore mouth. So that's what I believe in. I'm gonna put a hook set on them. So even if they do get off, they ain't gonna eat for a little while. They're going to heal up. One thing I believe in is putting a hook set on them crappie. I definitely believe in putting a good hook set. Alan Miles said, here in Michigan, I use 6-pound string gold. Works great, but do you? Okay. Like I said, it's all about personal preference. Like I say, if you know it's something that you use and you use it to the max and you have great outcomes when you use it, look, you can't nobody tell you nothing different. One thing my mom always told me, when you know what you know, you know what you know. So when you know this is your rod, your reel, your line, your jig, and you know it's working, like right now with me, Can't nobody come to me right now and be like, man, I understand you use this 8 pound braid low vis, but you need to go and try out this. And I'm like, nah, man, because this is what I've been using for the last 6, 7, 8 years. It's been working great. Why do I want to change? And that's the same thing with y'all. If it's something that you've been using and it's been working great for you, there's no reason to change. And you, especially when you're comfortable with it. When you're comfortable and successful with whatever you're using, oh man, can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Which is Richard Randall said, Grandpa always told me, if you don't get bit in 20 minutes, they not home. I believe that 1,000,000%. And like I said, if I pull up to a brush pile, because one thing about when you pull up to a brush pile, a hot brush pile, you're going to get some bites like that. That's some active crappie. Them active crappie going to hit it so hard and so fast, it make you not want to leave. Trust me, I know. Now I put up some brush piles last Saturday. I put up to some brush piles, the ones we put out, and they, boom, I'm like, ooh. And by the time I threw it in the live well, I dropped the jig, put a nibble on, drop the jig back down, boom. I'm like, ooh. Like, makes you do the stank face. I'm like, ooh. And after about 4 or 5, the bite slowed down. Then I had to start finessing it. I'm like, okay, they don't want it vertical now. Let me move it left to right a little bit. Let me hold it up some. Or let me hold it down. Let me dead stick it and don't move it at all. Like, you got to use all those different things because now you've caught the aggressive fish off the pile. Now you got to finesse the rest of these fish that's just sitting there and they're not aggressive. You're either going to make them bite or 15, 20 minutes, go to the next brush pile. Even with live scope, live scopers will tell you they can go to a pile and it can be 100 crappie on one pile. Once they catch those aggressive crappie, it's not as easy to catch the ones that's not aggressive. And if you don't watch yourself, especially with live scope, you'll spend 2 or 3 hours on one pile trying to make these fish bite, where you could have went to 3 or 4 more piles where there are more active fish, and you could have had a limit compared to going home with 10 or 15. You could have hit 4 or 5 more piles, and you got your limit in less time. So never spend too much time on a pile. I don't care if you caught, man, I done caught three 3-pounders off this pile. I ain't going nowhere. Now, if that's what you're fishing for quality, then that's fine. Honestly, I've always been a quantity over quality guy when it came to crappie fishing. Let me catch my 25. We're worried about the quality when I can go ahead. Okay, I got 25. I got about 10 in here. That's 10, 11 inches. Okay, let me try to catch me some bigger crappie, and I can cull them out. Okay, I guess it's coming 14. Let me throw one of these 10s back in the water. That's why I love to try to keep my crappie alive too, y'all. I got a front and a back live well. And I keep my aerator pumping all day long. So my aerator is steady spitting out bad water, putting new water out the lake, back up in the live well. So it's just circulating. I keep my pump on. So because on my switch, it has a manual and it has an auto. So when I first get it, I put it on manual to go ahead and fill the live well up. Once I get so many fish in there, I know they need that fresh water, they need that oxygen. I cut it on auto, and I leave it on auto for the rest of the day to keep my fish alive. Just so if I do catch a limit, and then I keep fishing, and I start catching some bigger crappie, I can cull out the smaller crappie, throw them back to get bigger, and keep the big ones. That's just me. That's just my personal preference on how I fish. Andrew Van Buren said, okay, Sid, I use Brown Landing 43. Okay. Richard Randall said, take a shot. No, look, I'm not taking no shots. I got to go to work in the morning. I can't take no shots no more, y'all. Y'all got me. Look, y'all got me last Wednesday. Y'all got me. Y'all had me taking 2-minute shots. Y'all ain't going to get me no more. He said, blessed to be able to listen in, always looking for the knowledge on crappie, fishing, and electronics. Emmanuel said, man, I'm telling you, I've learned from some of the best. Like I said, I've learned a lot from SK. SK has taught me a lot over the years, even if he didn't know he was teaching me, but me just listening to him. Like I said, we used to fish those Lake Houston tournaments. And anybody from Houston will tell you, especially crappie fishermen from Lake Houston, or in the Houston area that has fished Lake Houston. And SK said, and I said, like, and I know a lot of more guys that say it. If you can catch crappie on Lake Houston, you can catch crappie on any lake in the United States. Because that's one of the hardest lakes to fish, to catch crappie on consistently. It really is. Like, you have to bring out all your skills. You're not gonna regularly just go to Lake Houston and be like, I'm finna catch me a limit, boom, boom, boom. It don't work like that. You better have a game plan. And then You got to see what Lake Houston is. You got to have a game plan, but you also got to have an open mind. That's about Lake Houston. Lake Houston, Lake Houston, you got okay. I'm gonna concentrate on this area over here. I'm gonna fish this. But then when that's not working, you gotta hurry up and have your mind already ready. Okay, boom, gotta throw this game plan out the window, and I gotta switch the game up. Lake Houston is a very hard lake to catch crappie at consistently. But if you can catch them consistently on Lake Houston, you can catch them anywhere. Anywhere. Devon 225 said, Ken, I got the tree thumper being in real sleep pole. Can't wait to try it. Devon 225. I don't know if my boy VHF is still in here, but VHF will tell you. That's my homeboy KP. He texted me. They had caught some crappie yesterday on Conroe. VHF, I had called him like, man, I got this new being there. I got the tree thumper right when it came out. It was like 2 years ago around November when it came out. I went and got it like, man, I got the new B&M tree thumper, blah, 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 blah. And I got hung up in some brush, and I was popping, doing a bow and arrow to pop that line to get it unloose, and it broke on me. So I bought another one, and that one I just won't use it anymore because I'm scared for it to break. But that tree thumper is a pretty good ride, man. It's a pretty good ride. But like I said, I think I'm just cursed with B&M. Because every time I pick up a B&M, somehow it breaks. Some kind of way it's going to break. It's going to break. So that's why I gave up on B&M. But that tree thumper feels good. If it has the sensitivity of that ultralight, that Buck Specs ultralight, but it has more backbone than that Buck Specs ultralight. That tree thumper is a good ride. It is. But for me, I just have bad luck with B&Ms. Mika Wilson said, isn't Stump City out of Mississippi? He definitely is, man. He definitely is. Stump City crappie rides is definitely out of Mississippi, representing. C. Lewis, I have used that one before, but most fishing in the bay. Okay. So said, I'm looking for a good boat. Man. Now, so the two boats I have purchased, I have purchased them from the same place. On Facebook, I go to Marketplace. On Marketplace, you can type in the mileage of how far you want to drive. So you can say within a 40-mile radius of this zip code or 100-mile radius of this zip code, and then pull up all the boats. And you can be specific. You can say, okay, you want an aluminum boat. So when I look for the two boats I've had, I type in aluminum boat for sale, and it'll pop up within a 100-mile radius. It'll pop up all the aluminum boats. But I've always got both of my boats. I got both of my boats from Marketplace on Facebook. SK said, you gotta set that hook, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have you fished Grenada? Man, I haven't fished it in a boat. I would love to go to Grenada one day and fish it from a boat, man. I would love to. Love to. See, Lewis, I'm going there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ooh, wee. See, Lewis, you finna have a blast then. Tested Crappie said, amen to that, SK. Cedric Grady, what's going on, brother? Fly guys is in the building. Salute to you, brother. Kenny, man, love all this good information. Thank you, bro. Man, like I told y'all, any information I have, I try to give it back to you. Because like I say, just like people gave me information, I hand it out to everybody else, man. I love crappie. My dream is to hit the lottery and then just go crappie fishing every day. Buy me a new boat. I already know the boat I want. So what I want is, I think it's it's a 2020 Tracker Tournament Series. I think it's 1890. The deck I'm like 5'11". I can lay crossways on the deck. It has a big deck on. I think like a 175 on it. It's an aluminum boat. I had to have me an aluminum boat. I think it's an 18.9 Tournament Series Tracker, man. It's beautiful. It's perfect for crappie. It's 18 feet, 9 inches. The deck on it, you can lay sideways across the deck. So the deck is probably about 6 feet wide. Man, it's a beautiful. Every time I go to Bass Pro, I just be staring at it. I think it's like $31,000. I'm like, one day. Andrew Van Buren said, okay, I need to learn the bay. Don't know much about it. Okay. This time about the Ross Barnett. Mello said, not the stank face. I'm telling you, man, they were thumping so hard, they gave me the stank face, bro. If that's true, bro. Good information, man. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. And she said, yeah, it's copolymer monofilament, not your regular mono. I use it on the bank and the shore in brush trees. It's crazy strong. Like I said, it's for salt water, and you can't see it in the water. That's that low vis. I love that low vis, man. As long as it's low vis, I think you can catch a lot of crappie on it. I love low vis line. You know, Crook said the stank face LOL. I'm telling y'all know exactly what I mean. When you pull up to a brush pile and you just get to the lake, you can finally breathe. You know, you be pumped up, ready. It's been so many times I done bagged my boat up into the water. I still got my brackets locked on the back, or I didn't put my plug in, or I still got it hooked up to the winch because I'm trying to get in the water. You know, we be hyped up. I know y'all just like me. You pull up to that lake, you finally get to the lake, you be hyped up. Like in the lake I go to, I got about 90 miles to drive. So I got like an hour and a half drive. So when I get to that lake, I'm boom, 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 bagging it up. I remember one time, man, I put it to the back. I'm like bumping it a little bit, like bagging up and bumping, like, why the boat ain't coming out? I'm like, man, I still got the brackets on the back. So I had to pull the boat up out the water, take the brackets off, and there was a guy laughing. He's like, man, that happens to me all the time. He said, just take your time. I know you're excited. I'm definitely excited. I'm excited every time I touch the water, just like it's my first time. So, oh yeah. Mello said, Lola Quint Coswell said, Mello, I'm from Greenville, and I live in Georgia now. Can't wait to get back to Fish Grenada. Man, y'all making me jealous. Y'all making me jealous. Camo Joe was happening. What it do, Camo Joe? Mike Turner said, Kenny, did you put out your piles at night? LOL. Don't want to catch a case. LOL. No, man. Look, if I ain't put them out in the daytime, I ain't gonna put them out there. I have to put my piles out in the daytime. Like I said, the lake I fish around 12 o'clock, mostly everybody is gone anyway. So from 12 to the sun go down, I really have the lake to myself. I know that sounds like a dream lake, don't it, y'all? Yeah. At around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at the latest, you're going to have the lake to yourself for the rest of the day. So what I've learned is to go and do my fishing in the morning, wait about 12 and 1 when everybody move on up out of there. I can go and start placing my brush piles where I need to put them. Just that simple, y'all. C. Lewis said, the great thing about braid is when you get hung, you bend the hook and you don't break off. That is true. But like when I use 10-pound braid, that's a fact. Like I can't break off. Like it'll bend straighten the hook out and come on out. But with this 8-pound braid, it give you enough to where you can get it off. But if you can't get it off, you can just go ahead and pull it and pop the line, break the line without doing too much damage or shaking the tree or spooking the fish too much. So that's why I love this 8-pound braid. You get a little bit of both. So do you think crappie or line? Do you think crappie or line? SHA or lion shy? Is that what you're trying to say, Cedric Grady? Do you think crappie? I do. That's just like I said. That's me. That's just me personally. If that's what you're saying, if you think, I think if crappie or lion shy? I do. That's why I only use low vis. And that's just me. If it ain't low vis, Cast King, super power braid line, 8-pound. Probably the cheapest braid line you can find. I've been using it for 6-7 years. Go to eBay, $4 or $5 for 150 yards. You get some low vis braid line, and I'm telling you, it's the best for the buck, best bang for your buck. Now I'm not saying this is the best braid line in the world. I don't know. This is the only braid line I use, so this is what I'm comfortable with using. I know how it feels, but I love it. I love it for $4 or $5. I wait, like when I order probably 7-8 boxes of it. Like I got plenty of boxes of this braid. Like I got plenty of it. Like I got plenty of boxes of this braid. Like when I order probably 7-8 boxes. Spend about $30, which is you can go to Academy or Bass Pro Shop and spend $30 on one spool of braid. Now I got 6, 7, 8 spools for the same price. Andrew Van Buren said, that's true, Kenny. Live scope will hold you there too long. Yep. So I don't have a live scope, but I've definitely been on the boat with people with live scopes. And it will. It will. That's why we have to learn. We can't make them bite. Let's move, hit more spots. I used to be bad about them when I purchased my first boat. We'll fish those Lake Houston tournaments. We'll come in, we'll talk, and I was like, man, how SK always win? SK always win at these tournaments. And SK will tell you, like, man, yeah, man, I hit about 10 pounds. Then I just get quiet, like, I done fished 3 pounds all day. Man, I don't want, I got to the point where I'm like, man, I don't want to fish no 10 pounds. That's too much work. But trust me, y'all, not spending so much time on each pile, once that bite slow down or the bite stop, go to the next pile. You got to keep moving. To catch a lot of crappie, I've learned that you got to be on the move. Now, sometimes you'll hit those magical piles where you'll catch 15, 20, or even a limit on one pile. If you go back to my Mother's Day video, on Mother's Day, I think my mom, rest in peace, Mom, I think she had something to do with that. But on this past Mother's Day, I was on Somerville. I went to one pile, I think like an hour, 15 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes. And I caught a limit of 25. All those crappie were 12 inches or bigger. That was just a magical pile. So I'm not saying, but those bites were like this. Every time I dropped that jig in, I don't think it was one time where I had the jig in the water over about 3 minutes and didn't get a bite. Like, it was so crazy. I got there about 6:30. I got to the pile about 7 o'clock. My boy Ralph, that always fished with me, he called me when he got to the lake. It was like 8:30. He got to the lake. Like, man, well, yeah, what side of the lake you on? I said, man, I'm done. So what happened, man? He thinking something happened, like the boat messed up or, something happened. Like, what happened, man? I was like, nothing happened. I'm done. He said, done what? So I'm done fishing. He's like, what? I said, I got my limit. He's like, where you at? I'm on my way. He couldn't believe it. Then when he pulled up to that pile, he started catching fish. Then Z was there. Z pulled up to the pile. He started catching fish. Lamar was there. He pulled up to that same pile. So you have 4 different boats on one pile. I done caught a limit, so I done bagged off. And they out there still catching them. So you do have those magical piles to where you can catch a lot of crappie on one pile. But that's rare. It's rare. It's real rare. But it will happen. It will definitely happen. Did that place I sent you produce? Richard Randa, which place you talking about? Are you talking about, let me know which lake you're talking about. Text it to me. Look, don't put it on YouTube. Text it to me, Richard Randa. Second like Bandit said, that's me. I get my 25 first, then I'll be selective. I mean, that's what I believe in. Once I get my 25, then we can start fishing a new area and try to look for some bigger crappie. But until then, I'm trying to put 25 in the live well. Now, like Rod said, I have left a brush pile after it slowed down, came back to it, and later, and then it was aggressive. That is a fact. I forgot to say that. That is a fact. If you don't spend too much time on a brush pile, once the bite slow down or it stops, and you go and fish for another 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours somewhere else, come back to it. One thing about it that I know for sure is it's like they're my favorite lake on the stumps. What I would do is probably about 25 to 30 stumps I fish. It takes me about 3 to 4 hours to fish all those stumps. I go to one stump, might catch one, might catch two. Go to the next stump, might not catch nothing. Go to the next stump, might catch one. Go to the next stump, might not catch nothing. Go to the next stump, I might catch two. And by the time I work all those stumps, I might have 15 to 20. All I do is take my boat, come all the way back around, and start right back where I started again. Caught one right here. Caught another right there. So if you give that brush pile, that structure, enough time for those fish to settle back down, get back in comfortable, sometimes they get back aggressive and start biting again. That is a fact. I'm glad you said that, because that is a fact. Texas Crappie said, I won't stay very long on a pile. There are so many out there. When that bite stops, I'm on to the next one. That's how you get that limit. That is a fact. That's a fact. That's me. That's why I put out so many brush piles. Like, I know the stuff that was there when I first started fishing there. I know those brush piles. Maybe it's probably about 5 or 6 brush piles that I know for sure I've caught fish on that have been there. They've been there before me, and they're probably going to be there after me. So I know those 4 or 5. But I'm not the only one to know it. If I found it, I know somebody. Then I've seen other people on it. So that's why it's important for you to put your own structure out there and build up a lake if you can do it. Because I know some lakes is regulated where you cannot put out brush piles. But if you are at a lake where you can't put out brush pile, like I said, please y'all take the time. Just take the time. I know you get excited when you get on those lakes. Take the time, spend some time either at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. Put you some brush piles out. Only even if you're just putting out 2 every time you go. Think about it. In a month, you can put out 8 to 10 brush piles if you only put out 2 every time you go. And think about how that would look over a year's time. If you're putting out brush piles, 1 or 2 brush piles over a year's time, you have so many brush piles in so many different areas to where you really don't got to go to another lake because you got some brush piles in deep water, you got some brush piles in shallow water, you got some brush piles in mid-level water. Like you got brush piles all around this lake. They can't find all your brush piles. They might find some, but they won't find all of them. So that's why I stress. Put out some brush piles out. Put some brush if you can. Put some brush piles out. Even if you can't, sneak and push some out. Cedric Grady asked SK, do you think crappie are line shy? SK said, Cedric, they are definitely are in clear water. So I don't think we really have clear water down here in the Houston area. Like we have like muddy or murky water. But sometimes it clears up a little bit. But like I said, with that low V is line, I haven't had any issues with it. Squido said, you're right about Lake Houston. Yeah, if you can catch crop on Lake Houston consistently, you're a bad man. You can go anywhere. Grenada Lake is down 20 feet, cropper are jumping in the boat. Really see it, Lewis. See, I don't know how that lake level works on Grenada. But I'm sure if a lake is down 20 feet, it shouldn't be too hard to find crappie. And I'm sure y'all having a blast out there. And you know the size of crappie that's out on Grenada. So man, look, oh my God, you making me more jealous. The lake I stay by is the hardest lake to fish. I put money on that. You think so, Mello? I don't know, Mello, man. If I take you to Lake Houston, you probably say, man, I don't never want to come back here no more. For real. Black Rain said, have you ever long line or troll Lake Houston? I did. So I went fishing last Christmas. I put that video out. So I did a video when I went fishing last Christmas, 2019 for Christmas. That's what I did. I trolled. I got my trolling system. I had my 4 rods out there, and I did pretty good. I think I had about 18 or 19 or maybe 20 crappie. And I was fishing 18 to 20 feet deep. I never vertical jig that deep, but there's one area where it was located where it was probably about 10 boats in this one area, and that was everybody was doing, bouncing their jigs on the bottom. So I just said, I ain't finna do all that. I set up my little, my spider rig set. I set it up, had all 4 rods out, and I did pretty good. Like, to me, it's not that exciting just because I love to feel that thump, but it's still exciting at the sense. It's still exciting because you see the tip of that rod do like that, and you hear him trying to grab it and snatch it up. So yeah, I definitely do that when I have to. I will. He said, Tim Fox said, I just broke one the other day. Tim Williams said, funny you say the B&M breaks. Man, it does, man. For me, it breaks all the time. I won't buy another one. I don't think I'll never buy another B&M just because I know I broke so many. The 2 I had broke on me as well. See, there you go. I'm making Georgia. Okay. Tim Williams said, FYI, that Texan, no case is loud on us, just saying, okay, look, man, I can't control it. I need to mute it. I can't control it. That's my homeboy texting me, though. Terry Boston said, Kenny, man, love all this good information. Thanks, bro. Man, it's all good, man. Like I said, if I know it, I'm trying to give it to everybody else, too. Marcus Will said, love your jigs, brother. I sure appreciate it, man. I sure appreciate it. Yarley Kennedy, what's going on? Good evening. Tim Foster said, I want that Ranger RT118C. I'm going to check that out and look at it, see what it looked like. 41 watching, only 25 likes. Come on, man. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We got 47 people watching, man. I love it, man. I love it. Latila said, I need some jigs. I'm done with minnows. Laughing my butt off. So Latila, you done started a jig in there? You said you didn't gave. I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. If you are a big time minnow fisherman and you've never fished with jigs before, and you never fished with jigs before, um, once you feel that thump for the first time, you are addicted. You are addicted. Thump is like I think that is probably, especially with fishermen, that is the most addictive thing in fishing is that thump. Man, it's just addicting. Like you think about it until you get back on the lake, like that's all on your mind. Like, man, I need to go feel that thump. Like, man, like me and my homeboy, like, we be talking like, man, we gotta go feel that thump, man. We gotta go feel that thump. Like we run around like crackheads because we gotta feel that thump. We're fiending to feel that thump, man. So I guess Latila done felt that thump on them jigs. Now that's all she don't want no more minnows. Bryce Payne said Kenny been tying that for an hour now. I'm gonna tie the jig right quick, man. I'm gonna tie the jig, man. I'm gonna show y'all this color I'm finna make. I'm actually gonna try it out Saturday. I'm gonna try it out Saturday and see what it do. Devon told Latila he love fishing with minnows. He don't know what she talking about. She say she want them jigs. Terry Bostic say, I'm a newbie at this crappie fishing. This is my first year. So everything you'll be preaching I use when I go to the lake right now. Currently fishing from the bank. Man, it works. And that's how I first started crappie fishing, man. A jig. Now, I was a youngster, man, but there was a lot of older guys back at the Ross Barnett Reservoir back in Mississippi. And they were using that bobber and jig. You know, I have a bobber and a minnow out there. I'm like, I ain't catching it. And they started snatching them. So I put me a jig on one time. I threw it out there. Now I'm thinking that the bob was supposed to do like a minnow and sink, and it was just it do like that. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a wave. Not knowing that was the crappie hitting it, but watching that bob. So now that's one thing I love about the springtime. Like I don't like fishing in the springtime, but I do love the setup of using that bobber and jig. I love that bobber and jig. Latila said, I experienced the jigs and I'm hooked. Levon said, I like using jigs when there's a lot of structure around. Okay. I let the minnow do the work and I lay the pole down. I feel you on it. John Boy said, got a 30-minute rule, then gone. That's it, man. You know, 20, 30 minutes. No bites. Time to go. Camo Joe said, 10 pounds, got to put that work in. It's serious. Yeah, man. Now, Camo Joe, I know you can't put that work in, so if you putting that work in, you better watch out, man. You better watch out there in Cali, Camo Joe. Maybe you should do a giveaway on the line tonight. Y'all want some free line? Y'all want some free line? I got 3 boxes. I give away 3 boxes. We got 47 people. I give everybody 1 box. I got 3 people. 3 people that can win some fishing line. Y'all want to win some fishing line? I got 3 boxes. Give me a yes, sir. We can try these 3 boxes for some fishing line. We can definitely do a giveaway of some fishing line. I got 3 boxes, y'all. Mello said, I think I figured out your favorite lake. Man, don't tell nobody. If you did, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Camo Joe said 3 versus 10. Do the math. Said your father said, your family finally got me a few slabs last week. Lake Corpus Christi. They got some slabs down the court. I mean, I do a lot of work down the Corpus Christi sometimes. I didn't know they had freshwater lakes down there. I'm going to have to check that out now. Next time I go down there. Devon said, with the deeper pro, can see structure. Okay. Black Ryan said, do I bluegill fish? Do I? I can't wait till after the crappie spun. After the crappie spun, I'm strictly bluegill fishing. I love catching them big bluegill, man. Scanning, finding them beds, and man, I love catching them big bluegills. I love it. We need a video, bro. What up, Mr. Yes, sir? Elton Hitchin, I got a video ready to roll right now, man. I'm being lazy. Man. All I gotta do is the intro and the outro and the video ready. I'm gonna have to drop it tomorrow for sure. When I get off work tomorrow, I'm gonna do the intro and do the outro, and I'm gonna drop that video for y'all. I got one waiting to get dropped. Latila said, well, I've only tried jigs because they didn't want minnows. I fell in love. It's the thump for me. I was getting super excited. I'm telling you, that thump is addictive. It is addictive. It's so exciting. What's your favorite? Marcus Well, my favorite jig right now in the wintertime, pink and black. I got a pink and black. I'm gonna show y'all the pink and black I've been using, y'all. It has a purple head on it, though. Let me see. And then we're gonna do the giveaway. So this is the pink and black I've been using, y'all. You see the head? It's a purple head with a pink eye. It's that black jelly belly with that pink bucktail. Last week, they were thumping fire from me. They were thumping fire from me, y'all. I ain't lying. That thump was real last week. He said, that's the one I circled on the map. Okay, I got you, Richard Randa. I would definitely check it out. Trick I use for the reservoir is I fish to drag down trees and branches from the banks. Yep. Structure. What's that structure, man? Like that, something about structure. You fishing structure and you got that right depth, them crappie gonna be there. Christopher Strada, what's going on, brother? LeQuint Coswell said we can bring in other structures. That's the thing about it, man. Some lakes you definitely can't bring in other structures. But who gonna know if you pulling up to the bank in your boat in the back of the lake and cutting down some trees and have you center blocks on the boat and throw some out there? Y'all didn't hear me say that though. MC said I think people are used to just sitting there waiting on the bobber to go down. LOL. Most of us were raised that way. Got to break bad habits and move after 15 to 20 minutes. That is a fact. That is a fact, man. If you're a bobber watcher and you want to get into jig fishing, especially vertical jig fishing, you got to be on the move. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to be on the move. Now for the 3-pound crappie, Grenada Lake. Yes, sir. It is. That's a fact. Slinging sticks crappie fishing. What's going on? He said, I'm glad you said something about being him. I was on the fence about that. Got my jigs in last week. Got to put through the test. I wouldn't do it with a B&M. But like I said, maybe it's just me. But I've had horrible luck with them. Tim Fox, I need to buy some jigs from you, man. I got something ready to sell, too. All you got to do, email me, brother. Email me. Mick Wilson, I'm in fishing class every Wednesday night with Professor Skinny Ken. I told y'all, if I got any information, any new stuff I learn, like I said, I'm making my business every weekend when I go fishing to learn something new. Every weekend, I'm making my business. Like I don't feel right if I leave that lake not knowing a little bit more than that I knew before I got there. I always try to learn something new. Cedric Gray said, yes, that thump is a fool. Mike Turner said, Kenny Latila gonna be a thumpaholic. I'm telling you, she gonna get addicted. She gonna get addicted to that thump. She gonna be in trouble then. See, Lewis, you know Flat Earth True Seeker. Jackson, Mississippi, the hometowners in the building again. What's going on, brother? Double salute to you. Double salute. Jackson, Mississippi in the building. That's hometown. Donnell said, I'm out, Kenny. You be up. All right, bro. Holler at me. I know you down here, ain't it? So holler at me. I think you back in the H-Town. Holler at me, brother. I see some yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, y'all, we're going to do Mellow. Let's do it. Okay, just put side imaging on my boat. Going to be looking for them bluegill bits. Yes, that's the best thing to find. When you got that side imaging, that's the beautifulest picture you'll ever see. It look like a waffle. You just see, like, you'll see the ground. You see a lot of little craters. And you know it's on and popping in. Come on, dude. Don't do us like that. I look forward to you guys' video while I'm working. Cornell Harper, I'll drop it tomorrow. Y'all got my word. I don't care how late I get off work, I'm gonna drop the video tomorrow. Like I said, it's ready. I done edited it and everything, so it's ready to roll. Pink Bladders are great in that area, man. It's great right now. How much for that box of jigs you had in your hand? Talking about these? Or you talking about these? No, I gotta mail these out. These some orders somebody already bought. But I do 25. If you want the variety pack, 25 for 30 bucks. Free shipping, 25 jigs. It's a variety pack. You have some bucktails. You might have some jelly bellies in there. You have some rubber tail jigs I tie. All of them be my different types of hand ties, variety of hand ties that I tie. Man, you got to have that. SK, you be up, man. Squiddo said 45. Squiddo will be the first one to put a number out. Cool and bro. All right, y'all, here we go. We got 40 people on here. So we're going to do 3 numbers. But y'all got to pick one number. Y'all only pick one number. From 1 to 100. 1 to 100, pick a number between 1 and 100. I'm going to pick out 3 winners. If you have a duplicate number or somebody else, make sure you say, hey, man, such and such, I already got this number, so I pick this number. If you pick more than one number, you will not be in the giveaway. So just make sure before you pick your number, you scroll up in the comments and make sure nobody else have your number. So this is how we're going to do. I'm going to tie this jig. By the time I get through tying this jig, I'm going to pick the 3 numbers for this giveaway. All right, so y'all give me a number between 1 and 100. One number. Oh, we're going to do a shark. I'm going to put an orange tail. I'm going to do something funky and put an orange tail on this thing. Three. Most time I don't do a 3 different color jig. I would do like a 2 color. I might do a purple head and a purple body and a pink tail, or I do a purple head with a pink body and a purple tail. Most time I just use 2 colors. But lately, they're pink and black. I got different varieties of pink and black. Last year it was a chartreuse head, black body, pink tail. The year before that, it was a pink head, black body, pink tail. This year they like the purple head, black body, pink tail. But at the end of the day, they like that black and pink. As long as it got black and pink in it, I've done good in the fall and winter time on this lake. So I definitely tied me up enough black and pinks, different kinds of black and pinks. Uh, so I can be ready on this lake, y'all. I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna tie this jig right quick. Cut the tail off where that body at. Put this little body on it. Let's see what this thing gonna do. Might catch some crappie on this. You never know. I love inventing new colors. Let's see what these crappie gonna do. I'm almost done, so make sure that you check to make sure nobody else have your number. All right, y'all, I'm done. So let's do this giveaway. What y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all think the crappie hit it? I don't know. We'll find out though. All right, let me see what these numbers. Make sure I don't have no. Make sure everybody got different numbers. Make sure nobody has duplicate numbers. 27. Somebody said somebody else got 27. Let's see. Yeah, MC got 27. So John Boyd, pick another number. Okay. Okay, you picked a number. Okay, you got 12. Okay. Cedric's greatest is Cyrus. Somebody got 45. I go with 70. Okay. I had a call. Did you get my message? Yes, Richard Randa, I got your message. I will check it out once I get off live, brother. You doing Richard? Yeah, I'm doing a giveaway. Yep. Curtis Brown, what's going on, brother? You know what size Chanel do you use? I use medium. All the Chanel I use is size number 2. Size number 2 medium. So some of it say size 2, some Chanel say medium, but that's what I use, size 2 or medium. Sweet jig. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's get the phone out. Let's see who's gonna be the winner of these. We're picking 3 winners. Let me get this number counter out. Random number counter. All right, y'all gonna have to help me. Let's scroll back up to the top. Scroll to the top. We're gonna go next. All right, 1 to 100. 1 to 100. Let's see. Generate thing. Oh, there it is, 35. 35 is the first number. Let's see, did anybody got 35? I'm gonna write these numbers down. Write these names down so I know. 35. Anybody got 35? Nope. I don't see nobody with 35. All right, we'll go to the next number. 28. Anybody got 28? 28, 28, 28. Yep, Tanisha Wiggins. Let me get a pen and a paper right quick, y'all, so I can write these names down so I don't forget. All right, I got a pen. Now I just need some paper. All right, I got the paper. Got the pen and the paper. So, Tanisha Wiggins, you are the first winner of this braid line. You had number 28. All right, Tanisha Wiggins, you are the first winner. All right, y'all, let's see who's going to be the second winner. Here we go. 11. Do we have an 11? Let's see. 11. We don't have an 11. All right, let's go to the next number. 66. 66. Bubba. All right, Bubba. You are the second winner. We got number 66. And the last winner is, let's see. I got my pen here. The last number is, didn't mean to go there. The last number is 12. I think I seen somebody with 12. Maybe didn't. Let's see did I see somebody with 12? John Boyd. See, John Boyd, you picked another number because somebody had your number. You got number 12. So John Boyd, y'all three are the winners for the night. Y'all know what to do. If Tanisha Wiggins, Bubba, and John Boyd, make sure you email me Kenny892@gmail. KENNIE 892@gmail. Send me an email or your mailing address. Say, hey, I am such and such. I won the fishing line. This is my email address. This is my mailing address, and I'll mail it off to you. I'll mail the line off to you whenever y'all send it to me. Like I said, man, this is my favorite time. This is my favorite time of the year for fishing. Fall time. Fall time is my favorite time of the year to fish. Oh man, last Saturday really was like the start of fall fishing for me. Like, it was kind of cool. The thumps got harder. The crappie definitely were bigger. So it's the perfect time. I love fall time. It's not hot. It's not cold, and them big boys come out to play and big girls come out to play. So man, make sure, like, the information that I gave tonight, man, y'all use it on your lake. If you gain more information, you let me know. So maybe I can try some of this information, man. But the main thing is, if you're going fishing, make sure you learn something every time you go. Because if you do, you're gonna gain all that knowledge, and then you can be like, man, it's a breeze. I can go catch me 15. I can go catch me 20. Or you can be like, man, I'm gonna go catch me a limit. I'll be back in a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about having the knowledge and putting in that work. Learning your fish finders, learning all your electronics, learning the areas of the lake, different seasons where they bite, putting out structure, like all that plays a part. As long as you do all of that, it'll definitely work out, man. It will definitely work out. John Boyd said he'll get his line when he come down. That'll be great then. Okay, that'll work. Congratulations to the winner. Stump is definitely getting harder, man. Oh yes, top Texas Crappie Assassin. Them thumps I had Saturday. I cannot wait until this weekend, man. I cannot wait, man. I sure appreciate it, Crappie Assassin. Man, y'all have a blessed day, man. Rich Ransom, did you get my jigs back? I haven't. Text me. Text me your address. I'm gonna send you some more. I gotta mail these out. I'm gonna mail you some out too. So just I don't know, somebody probably done it got lost in the post office somewhere. Somebody said, "Oh man, we done got us some jigs." So somebody else probably using my jigs right now. But email, text me, Richard. I'll send you some more. How long did it take for you to master the Helix? Is simple, believe it or not. The Helix is a simple unit to use, man. It's plug and play, really. You know, if you want to tweak the screen a little bit, you can watch some YouTube videos. They'll show you how to clear up some things. But really, the Helix is plug and play. It really is a simple. Yo said, "What's up? Big trip in the AM crappie on the fire using your jigs after." Man, that's what's up. S Dyson. That's what makes me go hard, bro. Makes me go hard on time jigs. You know, figure out new colors. When somebody send me a message, be like, or send me pictures, email me, be like, man, your jigs on fire, man. I've been having a blast, and I'm catching crop on them, and I love that, man. That made me feel so good. That's what up, S Dyson. I sure appreciate that. That made my night, bro. Tim Foster, shout out, email again, Kenny892, KENNIE, the number 892 at Gmail. Or what you can do is go to some of my older videos on YouTube, click on the description, like my actual fishing videos. If you click on the description, my email address will be in those descriptions. Melee said, "Be easy, bro. Marcus Wilson just started tying myself. LOL. I think I waste more material than anything." That's how it is when you first start. But once you get your groove, once you get the groove, man, oh man, you gonna love tying. The tying jigs are addictive too. It's addictive. Real talk. Cornell said straight out of the box. That's a fact. Them Helix are so easy to use. Straight out the box. Plug and play. Plug it in. Time to go play. I love the Helix. I don't think I would never switch from a Helix. Unless, you know, they have some new, if Humminbird come out with a new live scope or something, then I definitely use that. But I can't switch from my Helix units also. I have them on the boat too. I love Helix. It's so easy to use. Andrew Brown said he's going to the reservoir Saturday, man. Y'all, hey, look, this weekend, man, I want y'all to catch some slabs. Everybody catch some slabs this weekend. I'm telling y'all, it's fall. Them big boys and big girls coming out to play. Y'all look for y'all some structure, look for some drop-offs, look for some rock beds. Wherever you use in the fall time to catch crappie, go catch them this weekend. I'm telling y'all, look, I'm putting it out there. Everybody catching crappie. If you're going fishing this weekend, everybody catching slabs. We all catching slabs this weekend. We're going to put it out there. We're going to have this positive mind. We all catching slab. Bud Crisco, what's going on, brother? Mickey Wilson said, I really enjoyed your live. Says, greatest, I will be hunting this weekend. Man, I wish I was back in Mississippi because I'll be hunting too. But in Texas, I don't do hunting in Texas. But I would definitely, if I go back to Mississippi for the holidays, I might have y'all YouTube video of me in the woods trying to kill me a deer. But man, it's been fun, y'all. It's been fun. But I got to jump in the shower and lay it down, get ready for work. Like I said, if y'all need the jigs, y'all got the email. Y'all got my email address. Tanisha Wiggins, Bubba, and John Boyd. Congratulations on the fishing line. It's your boy, Skinny Kenny, the Bronze Star Big. Double salute, y'all. I'm out.